Today's show is powered by Manscaped. I am Tom Downey, and you can save 20% and get free shipping on all of the men's grooming products when you go to manscaped.com/chat. Today's video is a look at the new Mel Kiper NFL Draft Big Board, updated for the first time since the Combine. And there are some major changes made on Kiper's Big Board. So let's go player by player. First up is Aidan Hutchinson, who has a very real shot of being the number 1 overall pick. In a normal class, he's not number 1. In a more down class, I get it. Ikem Ekwonu is number 2 over the number 3 player of Neal. The tackles here, back to back. I've got Neal myself over Ekwonu, but it's what we call the tags are touching. When, like, you're building your big board, those tags are together saying they're not that different in terms of the grade. So if you want to go Icky over Neal, I get it. But I'm going to take Neal because the upside, I think where he is just a little bit better than Ekwonu. Number 4, Sauce Gardner, up 4 spots on Kiper's previous big board. The 40-yard dash time unquestionably factored in on that front. I have only heard great things about Sauce Gardner's attitude, mentality. Some culture changer stuff in there is always valuable to me. He was awesome at Cincinnati, tested well. There's not many negatives on his film here. All right, Kyle Hamilton, number 5. Drops 2 spots. I am going to take this opportunity to say this. The slander around Kyle Hamilton simply must stop. This idea that he has gone from he might be the best player in the draft to, hey, he's a bad athlete or he's just a bad prospect, doesn't make sense. And there are a couple people out there, and I respect the hell out of them, who have had Hamilton not that high. But if you are going from Hamilton's awesome or not saying anything about Hamilton, just saying, oh, bad 40, I think you're insane. The athletic testing relative to his size is still nutty, guys. Like, he is still a premier athlete at 6'4", 220. The instincts are awesome. The film is awesome. You can't be scared to be wrong in the NFL draft. Because guess what? You're going to be. You will not always be right. Even if you feel great about a prospect, you know what? Sometimes they just don't care about football and you had no idea. Sometimes there are injuries. Sometimes you just missed. So I am not scared to be wrong. I love Kyle Hamilton. He's the best safety I've scouted. He's my number 1 player in this year's class. That's how good I think Kyle Hamilton is. If I'm wrong, happens. I'm wrong. But I see so much that I love on film. I'm not going to let an admittedly disappointing 40-yard dash time erase everything else. He's still fast on film. It's not that big of a concern for me in the end. Now, what do you guys think? Who is your number 1 prospect in the 2022 NFL Draft? In a way, there is no wrong answer to this question. So I'm going to make it the pinned comment of today's video. Who is your number 1 prospect in this year's class? Kayvon Thibodeau next up here at 6. No change on that front. Kind of hate the narrative around Thibodeau. Doesn't seem fair or even all that accurate, but is what it is. Someone will get a great player, I believe. Garrett Wilson, number 7, up 2 spots. You know, the 40-yard dash factored in there. He is also my wide receiver 1, although I don't have him quite as high as number 7 on my list. Drake London, number 8. So a flip here for Kiper. He had London as receiver 1. No athletic testing, which I know for some people is a concern right now, plus the injury. They pushed back the pro day another almost 2 weeks. So that actually might be a minor red flag for Drake London. Number 9, Derek Stingley. A flip here as well for Kiper. Stingley was number 5. But there are concerns about Stingley's medical, about his mindset. Like, Ahmad Gardner is the alpha. He will be the alpha in your locker room pretty quickly. Stingley might need some time to get there, which is fine. He's still awesome at playing football. I think both those guys should be, like Kiper has them, top 10 players in this year's class. Who do you have, though, as CB number 1? Type AG for Ahmad Gardner or DS for Derek Stingley. Let me know in the comments section. Trayvon Walker, who's got a lot of hype around him because, wow, talk about a freak athlete and built in a lab, by the way, is number 10 on Kiper's list. And I have not stacked my board yet. I don't think I'll have Walker quite that high. It's Rashawn Gary 2.0 for me in the end. The Ultra Premium Collection is now available on or at Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on this awesome product and this sweet graphic, by the way, and all of their products when you use promo code CHAT, C-H-A-T, at manscaped.com/chat. You can get body spray, body wash, shampoo and conditioner, lip balm, deodorant, and a bunch of other stuff beyond the Ultra Premium Collection. There is a wide array of products. By the way, the nail trimmers from Manscaped, the best ones I've ever had. They're so much better because they're not like flimsy and crappy. It's high-end products that are absolutely worth the cost. Manscaped.com/chat. Mel Kiper's a big Jermaine Johnson guy. Got him number 13 on his list. Edge 4, by the way, in this class. Charles Cross, and this is what confuses me, went from 4 to 12, which doesn't really make sense in terms of like the slide. I think that 12 is probably a little bit closer to where I'll have him than 4, but that slide, when that happens, because Kiper's very, very in touch with the NFL and the execs, it makes me wonder if they said, Mel, you got to pull him down, bud. I wonder if that's what happened there. Also shocked by this one. Dax Hill is 13 on Mel Kiper's big board. And Hill was not ranked last time. Wasn't in his top 25. Here's what Kiper wrote. Hill is an intriguing prospect who has risen since the combine because of his speed and versatility. He ran a 4.38 40-yard dash in Indy, one of the fastest times for a safety in recent years. That is a great time, by the way, for Mel Kiper. And the speed part, okay. Maybe you weren't sold on the speed, but we knew about the versatility. Like that part is like, wait, what? Maybe he's like merging two thoughts. Like we all knew, even you guys, that Hill is a nickel corner at Michigan, probably going to be 15 in the NFL. Great speed. If you bump up because of speed, I get that. But to go up at least 13 spots from 26 at best to 13, and he wasn't 26, by the way, kind of weird. I am surprised by the jump. I love Dax Hill, too. I got a first, second round grade on him, so it'll be top 25 for me, but 13's a lot. That's a big jump for Hill. Chris Olave, number 14, up one spot as Trent McDuffie slides 3 of them. McDuffie is a good football player. I like him a lot. I think 15's about the right range for him, but he's got tiny arms. And it's not fair, but you can pretty much guarantee that the NFL will ding him for having undersized arms. Now, we have the best NFL draft coverage you could possibly ask for here on Chat Sports. Daily videos will be live for the entire NFL draft. If you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Malik Willis, number 16, the first of the QBs, and I will not have the QBs this high this year. We've talked a lot about Willis and Kenny Pickett. Those two guys are back-to-back here, both of them up 2 spots, 18-19 last time around. Okay. I've got Willis as my QB1. Who do you have as your QB? Because I want to hear from you guys, too. Let me know in the comments section. Which QB do you believe is the best one in this year's class? Sound off for me in the comments section right now. Number 18, Tyler Linderbaum. And I know it's the arm length and size. I know it is. I get it. I understand those concerns. But if you want to put thresholds on prospects, I get it. But the reason why those exist is to say, hey, he's going to have issues with that in the NFL. But he didn't ever have issues at Iowa. He's not Quentin Nelson. But he's a top 10 guy for me. I think Linderbaum is going to be a future Pro Bowl center in the NFL. Trevor Penning, number 19. I think this is actually about right for him, too. Great athlete. I didn't love the film in terms of, like, he was great. But I wanted to be, like, great at UNI. Meme player coaches will love this kid. Jamison Williams, number 20. He was number 24. I think the ACL rehab is going pretty well. I think there's a good chance he's off the board before pick number 20. One of Mel's guys now, Jahan Dotson, number 21. I like him a lot. He is a top 10 receiver for me. I'm a bit surprised. Top 5 receiver, though, for Mel Kiper. Now, what I want you guys to do right now in the comments section is name a surprise round 1 pick. Let me know. Any player you think could sneak in the back end of round 1, and stay tuned because I'll do a video on that at some point in the near future as well. Devin Lloyd, number 22, a drop of 6 spots. The poor 40-yard dash, probably a factor on that one. Kiper listed Devontae Wyatt as a defensive end, which was weird to me because he's a defensive tackle. Didn't quite get that. Maybe he meant 5 technique. Either way, this is about the right range for him. Although I will say, over Jordan Davis is going to raise some eyebrows, I know, in the comments section. Kenyon Green was not ranked as now 24, which after a kind of middling combine, I was not anticipating. But I like Kenyon Green a lot, so I don't mind that one from Kiper. David Ojabo stays at 25. Talent-wise, that's, if not too low, about right. But the ACL injury, or the Achilles injury, that is a big red flag for me. That is Kiper's top 25. Who is he hating on? Who did he leave off this list that really should have been on there? I'm going to break down 5 names, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments. Here are the more commonly mocked round 1 top 5 Kiper left off. Jordan Davis, which I was very surprised by after his combine. He's a freaking freak, man. George Karlaftis out of Purdue, who I think is a borderline top 25 guy for me. Nakobe Dean, who will be top 25. Traylon Burks will be top 25. And Zion Johnson, I thought, could have been above Kenyon Green, but it's close there. Kaiir Elam, one of my guys, also I think should be in consideration for that spot.